Selfless starts on the T side, though, and this is where they ran into troubles in the last map. EUnited gets to start on the CT side once more. And to start us off here for Selfless' side, they're going to go very quick out the apartments. And well, for Vice, he doesn't last very long.
Later.
He's going to get wrecked. CJ now trying to hold, but the same thing for him. He doesn't even realize no one pushes him from that left side of the site by the van. So very quickly, the defenses falter. And, well, more than likely, this should be around for Selfless unless there's some heroics here from the two players flanking inside of the apps right now.
Yeah, we rank S, boys. Hold B. Hold W through B. Breezy's actually going to fall. I didn't think that kill was going to go the way of Shinobi. I thought the round was all but over, but retake coming in here from upper B. They must push out through a steel curtain of blocks. Blocks. Nifty finds a final one, but no one in Caboose really kind of exploded that bomb site. It was, it looked like the EUnited players were just lagged out. Just like no shots returned. Vice got decked from Caboose, and then no one just kind of pounced on the next frag's head.
So EUnited go into their force onto this round. It's actually rather tame at this point. Just only seeing the P250s for most. That's CJ, Vice, and TCK that picked them up. A2C not buying anything at all, and we see a singular scout going on a Shinobi. But unfortunately, it's not going to be of much use here after he gets lit down to 15 HP by the window area of mid. Has to fall back, and more than likely, we'll see him handing it off to a teammate.
Yeah, I've seen Shinobi on less than 20 HP, I think 90% of these matches, map and a half, map in one round. Mitch working up this A ramp, rather, and the connector split's coming in, so being able to clean up these eco frags shouldn't be an issue, especially with no one swinging wide from connector. Vice will find one on a no one, actually, and he's the last member remaining over here at CT spawn, and he gets cleaned up as well, so a relatively uneventful round coming in from EUnited. We're only able to secure one frag. But Selfless, I mean, if you're going to turn map 2 around, right, if you're going to go into Mirage with a positive mindset, the pistol helps, but not getting ecoed does wonders for morale.
And so EUnited, of course, go into a very light bought round for themselves here, just saving up for that gun run, and very heavily saving too. Just to note, keep in mind what they bought on the second round for anybody who may have missed it. 4 to 5 of them either just didn't invest or only bought P250s, so they're going to be having a pretty large amount of cash going into that gun run. We don't really expect all that much here. They do try to overwhelm out the connector there towards mid, but it's handled very nicely by Selfless, and they even get a bonus 4th kill there against Vice. He tries to sneak out at the last second by window. No one sticking behind, finds TCK, and again, another very quick round for Selfless to get in the 3-0. But now comes the big buy. CJ's going to toss the op over towards Shinobi, who will be picking that up this time around. Gets armor and everything else pretty much sitting behind it too, so this is going to be a pretty big buy from EUnited on the first gun round.
Yep, Nifty opting to stay with the scout. Imagine he's going to move around the map and just see if he can get an entry. Probably headed towards B now, it looks like. So EUnited, yes, investing heavily into this first round. Shinobi goes for that AWP. The big thing is when you're able to hold on to utility as long as possible as the CTs, like having low utility on Mirage is the worst. So not having a fast play coming out here from Selfless definitely benefits EUnited. But eventually this Palace push is going to come out. And over here on the B-bomb site, we see Vice actually taking a little bit of heat, but he drops Mitch and TZK just at the exact same time. Finding one on no one. I mean, camera can't even keep up. There's just a two-pronged approach to this round. Attack both bomb sites. That bomb has already been lost over towards that balcony, and TCK is just, he's unmoved. Nifty will fall. Honestly, he's been an incredible anchor at the B-bomb site on Dust 2, and already in the first gun round, he really steps up, takes a couple frags for himself, and now it's 3-1. EUnited get their first on the board.
And of course, the usual second gun round coming out from Selfless now, since they did preserve quite a bit of their cash. These anti-ecos were very, very clean indeed, so didn't lose all that much money and built up a nice bank. And they go right back into the buy. No op to be seen, however. They're not going to want to risk it, and well, there's no utility either to get outside. Shinobi finds that first kill, but he does overstay his welcome. He goes down. It's a bit of a crazy trade spree out here. Goes 2 for 2 at the end of the day. TCK still placing himself underneath the platform, which no one has checked for him just yet. And there we go. He's going to strike, finds that first kill. Breezy drops down, though, catches the trade. CJ jumping back out, but he's going to be shut down by no one. And that leaves only Vice alive, but it's a 1v2, and he's got no one solo. Breezy is ready for the stairway peak, however, and he ends it for Selfless. They trade it right back, barely surviving there. No one was at 10 HP, Breezy down at 40. Regardless, it's going to be another pickup for Selfless, and it does reset the CTs. Yeah, and kind of piggybacking on what I had said the previous round, I mean, when you don't use the utility early, a lot of times you can get caught off guard from any kind of a quick play. So Selfless with a brilliant kind of just, you know, Puggy style push up that A ramp. The trades go their way. You know, you trade 1 for 1 twice in a row. It's a 3-on-3 and you have the bomb site.
It really lets your aimers kind of open up. I mean, No One and Breezy both just kind of going to work round after round here. These are the feel-good frags where they just kind of walk into your crosshair, but the previous round, you had to work for them a little bit, but No One and Breezy really letting it shine as they are the, you know, second most new additions to the Selfless roster, you know. Right touchdown in the pregame cast where they're finding their feet online, but they definitely stepped it up on land this past weekend. So 5-1 now, a commanding lead coming out from Selfless, and T-side Mirage, blue. It's looking good for Selfless so far.
A lot better than it was on Dust 2 anyway, to be able to get this many rounds on T-side this early on. And they'll go into another gun round, but it's reduced this time from EUnited. You can see 2 players having to downgrade to FAMASas, and also 2 or 3 of them not really sitting on the best amount of utility either. Going to be fairly limited with regards to what they can bring to the table. And they'll also try to go aggressively up mid, which may be a bit misguided depending on how fast Selfless decides to push in here. They throw their nades out, they haven't spotted anything, so very quickly Shinobi decides to back into connector, but they still have TCK and Vice out in mid itself. Thankfully for them though, they're going to give this up eventually, and Selfless are still taking their own plans very slowly, which right now is obviously leaning just towards that default A hit.
Yeah, and Selfless just being oh so careful. And that is the thing. I mean, when you're on T-side Mirage, being able to break the CT's money and push them onto FAMASas like this, not a lot of utility come out from EUnited, but it's Shinobi actually finding 2 beautiful kills through that Molotov into Palace. And Shinobi again jumping through the smoke, picks up his 4th, almost gets the ace on the round, but Mitch finally closes it out. And now it's a 1-on-3. Mitch isn't in a terrible situation, but not going to spot Vice coming up there from CT spawn. It's TCK distract, so EUnited claim their 2nd round of the game, and I mean, Selfless is going to be able to go ahead and buy into this next round. More importantly for EUnited, they're finally back onto a comfortable buy, full utility, and an AWP for Shinobi.
Those first 2 kills from Shinobi are nice, very good with using the kind of Molotov that's thrown against him to his advantage, but it's that 2nd kill where he jumps out through the smoke, recovers his accuracy, and then combos it into 2 more that really kicks it. Just destroys an entire hit from Selfless, which was actually looking like it could have gone pretty great up to that point, but Selfless rolls out with a hero play and turns it around, and well, unfortunately for the guys on Selfless, they're not going to start this round off very well either. Shinobi catches that first kill in mid, however Breezy has much better luck with the apartments push, moves in there, Shinobi trying to go into a Molotov again, but actually, thankfully, one of his opponents saves him there. A smoke comes over top of the original Molotov and keeps him alive, but they're also going to press inside a market where TCK is going to be completely overwhelmed. The final 3 pretty much know they've got no hope of getting back into this site, so they're just going to fall back and call this one a save.
Yeah, I think it's a wise move. You've already conceded 5 rounds. You know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle the rest of this half, but you lose the bomb site so quickly despite getting that entry kill from Shinobi, and the bomb site quickly crumbles. So you're going to be retaking in an uncomfortable situation no matter what in a 3v4. Might as well concede the 6th, try and make your 3rd round come in the next one. And again, Selfless is kind of, they've never been a highly strategic team, I don't think. It's always been, you know, pretty straightforward executes, and obviously demonstrating the power of just being able to trade your frags and get entries onto the bomb site with little to no utility, but also just kind of trying to catch the CTs off guard. Mirage is a prime map for that over at the B bomb site and at A. So several times it has already worked out for them this half, but you got to think EUnited going into this next buy round, they have UMP and a FAMAS, but the rest are on full buy. You know, they're going to be using their utility early, burn a couple smokes, burn a couple Molotovs, and see whether or not Selfless opts to push through it.
Caboose starting to creep his way up there too, very early on inside of the A bomb set already. It's wide open here. No one finding that first kill, although TCK responds. He finds that kill from a very overexposed position. And not only this, but CJ, who tries to rotate back out towards mid, is going to find his death against Breezy in the ladder room. It's the same situation as the last round. Caboose, nice lineup, very good patience for him to shut out Vice. And it's only Shinobi now trying to hide in a 1v4. They know exactly where he's positioned. And you can hear Caboose hopping around there. Nicely done. Catches the headshot on him, but a lot more to go if he wants to keep this up for the next round. The other side, the timing on the peak, a bit awkward, of course, for Shinobi. So Breezy will find the kill. And it'll be Selfless' 7th round here on T-side.
Yeah, that round was curious. I mean, Selfless, again, just kind of walked out of Palace there. And they found the kill on the connector player. Not sure quite who that was. Regardless, TCK, I mean, he's under balcony with a UMP, full utility. He's the A anchor. Like, his job is hold A ramp at all costs, get support from your connector player if anything's coming out of Palace. And TCK, like, his warning call was a headshot onto his teammate, and suddenly spinning around in this awkward situation. Nothing more frustrating than being in that kind of environment where not only are the terrorists literally all around you, but you're just armed with a UMP, and he actually got 1 kill out of it, and 3 quick kills with pistols coming out from EUnited. Mitch finally responds, and now it's a 2-on-3. A2C has claimed an op, and what I thought was going to be a wash round quickly goes the direction of EUnited as Selfless scramble back towards that B bomb site. And TCK does spot that aggression from Mitch up towards that catwalk area, but it's a matter of time. Actually, A2Z misses a shot to that, or sorry, that was Vice. I almost question whether or not that was really A2Z in the server, but finally Vice falls. Mitch has claimed the bomb site. He's going to be able to put that bomb down. Now, Caboose is in that forward position over at Kitchen. I know he's there now, but you know, TCK and A2Z questioning whether or not they even want to go for this. There's no kits on hand, and they've already reclaimed an AK-47 and an AWP, but they're just waiting patiently for any over-aggression from Selfless.
TCK is going to start to sneak in on Archway over here, and A2Z as well, but unfortunately without the armor there, he's going to get punched pretty quickly, which screws it up, and TCK has the same thing happen to him when he approaches the Archway itself there. He falls back, and with that, Selfless are going to be able to pick up this one here, finding themselves an 8th round, and TCK should be able to save this rifle. I don't think anybody from Selfless is going to be able to get close enough, but ultimately, again, Selfless still running away at this point, 8-2 on T side Mirage.
Yeah, I would have liked to actually see them save that AWP. I know they were just trying to see if they could make some magic happen and maybe even keep the terrorists money low, despite the fact that they could definitely buy into this next round. But at this point, I mean, you're going to have 5 rifles, so we're not able to save the AWP. And, you know, it might have been a situation where, to them, the round was more important. It's 8-2 now, anyway. The half itself, there's no way you're coming out on top. But a quick play is coming up A ramp. TCK actually towards that connected position this time. And A2Z with a quick spray transfer picks up 3. And Nifty, once again, in a dire situation with a 1v4.
He's got to fall back, and obviously, again here, hoping that someone crosses from top mid, push all the way around here, but won't be finding it. EUnited are happy with the frags that they found here, and the big play from A2Z, of course, is to kill that entire hit. As he moves in, he does actually finish off A2Z. He took that aggressive position in Palace. Now, 3 more to go. He's got 1:15. A bit too long for really to fall back and save. He's still got to eventually make a hit attempt towards somewhere, or risk eventually just hunkering down and losing that gun after the timer expires. But after checking out things once again over there towards the T ramp, he does start to fall back. And I'll creep over here towards the apartments and the area on top mid again.
Yeah, and this isn't like a pressure situation for Nifty at all. This is actually a relatively good round to lose in the sense of how the economic situation is rolling. EUnited on full money bonus. At this point, you want to get guns out of the hands of EUnited. So Nifty finds the first one in A2Z. If he can kill Vice here, which seems relatively unlikely, it's not going to happen. Almost cleared it. You almost thought he was going to. But he was playing games with our heartstrings. Playing it like a fiddle.
Think I'm going to look to that corner? No, I'm going to look towards the fridge.
You thought, Mr. Castor, you thought I was going to make the correct genius play, but unfortunately, Lady Luck was not on his side. So now it's 8-3, and this is a full buy coming out here from EUnited. Again, if they had dropped 1 or 2 more rifles, might have sent a few of these players onto UMPs or 5.7s. Nonetheless, 5 AKs coming out here from Selfless.
Gonna get Shinobi deep Molotov to try and push players out of the back boxes there. Also trying to hope for some guys to push through that smoke, but he's got to be cautious himself not to peek out too much from the window area. He's already been lit up a few rounds here before. He's grown quite cautious ever since then. Beyond this, Mitch looking for his own entry up here on the T ramp, but being held back by the smoke, and also a dual crossspray angle waiting for him just beyond that. A2Z thankfully is going to be a bit out in the open with this, but there's the flash. He's thankfully still, oh my goodness, look at this. Mitch gets the perfect angle. A2Z didn't even realize he's standing directly next to Mitch. And with that, he grabs that first kill. TCK thankfully moves in to find the trade. And now we get into the chaos situation though, and Caboose jumps over that smoke, gives away the position to Shinobi, and he's gonna punish that, taking him down. EUnited once again gets the advantage, and now you've also got CJ moving up catwalk there to try and stop more guys from going into connector in the first place.
Yeah, and the first few kills obviously going the way of EUnited after Mitch with that awkward situation over at A ramp developed. I mean, an 8-3 situation, you can break the money of Selfless right here. Breezy's going to find this entry out of the B bomb site. If he can get this kill on Cat, take everything I said back. This is Selfless's round. 3v2 situation, the B bomb site is in the hands of the terrorists now. And Shinobi and TCK, again, trying to retake this B bomb site. Not quite as easy as it sounds, but maybe a gift of a kill from Selfless would make it feasible.
Shinobi has found that player over there towards window in the apartments, but again, he's not getting a peek from him anytime soon. Relying on TCK now to start the party a bit, and thankfully he shall, but his teammate goes down. No one peeks back out there, finishing him off on the right side of the site, and also a very quick peek too to finish off TCK. Nicely done by no one, clearing out the rest of the situation, and again, guaranteeing another round for the guys on Selfless. And another time, too, that we see just a single round traded out by EUnited. They pick one up, they lose it after that. It's happened 3 times in a row now, and certainly hasn't been doing any favors for the CT set economy.
Yeah, I mean, that round right there, allowing Breezy to kind of just walk into the B-bomb site and get 2 kills almost for free, when you know if you win this round, you send Selfless to an eco. You lose this round, you lose money control pretty much for the rest of the half. So 9-3 scoreline, Selfless running away with it here. EUnited needs a miracle.
And Breezy's going to waste no time pushing up, shutting down A2Z, gets the support of Caboose for his second kill. Mitch, however, look at Shinobi grabbing 2 deagle shots. Nicely done. Breezy and Caboose go down, but again, it's very well handled after this. Weiss has only got a P250, and he's forced out of the window room because of that Molotov. Nifty's going to finish things off, and we go into the 2 final rounds here with Selfless being in double digits.
Yeah, EUnited not having a lot of money on the board. They're going to force up with whatever they can because, you know, at this point, it's 10-3. The financial ramifications of overbuying, perhaps, or underbuying are no longer relevant. Like, you are down a significant way. 10-3 on the CT side of Mirage. You just need round wins at this point. If you can make it 10-5, then great. Like, we'll pull out a miracle next half. But if this ends 12-3, you know, because they decide to eco here, it just wouldn't even matter. So full buy coming out from them. The B push is coming on. Weiss finds the first one, but Caboose and Breezy both trade that back out. Now it's a 4v3. Shinobi trapped once again over here at this kitchen position. And, well, a couple op shots from Nifty is going to end that very quickly. And now TCK and A2Z in a 2v4. No point in saving here, although you don't even have a kit on your backs, boys. You decided to buy a smoke grenade instead.
Best case scenario is that these guys do find a way back into the site, or at the very least do some damage, but the damage effect is going to be negligible now that we go into the final round after this. Selfless will have no problem rebuying anyway. As you said, they pretty much already had money control 2 rounds ago, so there's no issues with players going down. It's all about the heroics here, and if EUnited can actually do anything, and obviously beyond that, keeping these 2 rifles alive for the final round. TCK, though, lining up 1. Shuts out Breezy. It will cause Caboose to slow down a bit, but TCK does not want to stick around himself here. Moves away from the jungle position. Now it's a hug little bench just around the corner here. Now waits for them to peek. Caboose is going to go for it. Looks away at the wrong time. Second time that's happened now in this match. With that, TCK grabs that final kill. Like as mentioned, good damage being done, but ultimately means nothing since everybody else on Selfless can just rebuy for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's 11-4, or sorry, 11-3. The best you can hope for is 11-4. It's a little curious to me. EUnited has had several different chances to kind of get their act together, and it almost cost them so many times on Dust 2 where Selfless was not able to capitalize. And now, Selfless every round is pretty much walk pushing into something, just grouping up a couple players and seeing if they can get an entry. Caboose has literally already walked out of Palace on a balk and gone back in unpunished. Breezy's up connector. Nobody's there. Shinobi finally realizes it, catches a hot one to the face. And Breezy's finally getting traded out by CJ to King. It's a 4v4 now, and EUnited needs to just clean up this round.
A2Z sneaking in 1 kill there against Caboose at the very least, so they hold the A site. But Selfless has already started their rat. Here's the problem, though, is that you still have 1 player on a late rotate. That's Nifty, and CJ's moving in right now to cut him off. There's not even a gun in his hands, but CJ with the messy spray. Thankfully, still manages to get the kill, though, against Nifty. No one positioned in the B-bomb site, shuts out one of the CTs. And this one's going to be a hard to crack now. And these guys do start to move over towards it. TCK and A2Z pushing in. No one did give up his position by the fridges there, and re-peeking in. He spots both of them. The only one left to find is going to be CJ. That flashbang note. I didn't even realize that TCK had pushed back out, but still, no one holds the line. CJ moving in, but that's a quick one-tap from Mitch to finish off CJ. It goes into a 1v1. Actually appears they didn't even really spot A2Z just yet, so he's going to get dinked. He's being sprayed down through the paneling here now. Mitch trying to win out the duel and really just waste as much time as possible, but he wins the outright 1v1 anyway. And with that, Team Selfless finalize this half 12-3. Even greater victory than we saw before, but it is going to be a huge lead for them. And for the guys on EUnited, well, they've got a lot of work to do to stabilize. We'll be back in just a few moments with the second half here between these 2 teams at the ESL Pro League.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Selfless, after a bit of struggle back on Dust 2 with their T-side, show up to Mirage with a great plan, a great strategy, and overall just crumble EUnited on their CT side. Now, of course, we're going to jump into the second half of Mirage, where EUnited is going to have to jump onto the T-side once more, and Selfless, well, with a 12-3 lead, only have a few rounds that they need to claim to be able to take this second map and go 1-for-1 for the night. Yeah,
unfortunately for EUnited, I think their heart and soul was not in this map. It was there on Dust 2. But
so was TCK.
Okay, Ryu's whispering in my ear to not jinx it. So, looks like Selfless has this one wrapped up. Pretty much game over. It's 12-3. There's no way they could possibly lose it. Not in a million years. Zero chance. You have to understand, Ryu, while you were gone, I've rendered myself both immune and an ardent supporter of humans that are against the Caster's Curse. It doesn't exist.
And we will test that theory right now as we are going live with the pistol round. Let's see if EUnited can round this huge comeback, or if the Caster Curse, at least for Lex, is truly a lie, and Selfless will just destroy them in the second half.
I want to see them go on a 12-round slide and take it to OT and win.
So EUnited are now going to be trying to push themselves in the back. Nifty with a good first kill, but again, there's 3 players sitting there, so very unlikely that he was going to stay alive. You can see Caboose moving in. He's going to duck away in that little cubby. They know he's in there, though, so they're just going to push him. Shinobi finds that kill, but now look at more CTs pushing in all of a sudden from the apartment. It's a madhouse, but EUnited holds it. TCK with 2 kills. Breezy responding by dropping down to the other end of the tunnels here. He's going to find one against TCK, but now Breezy, he's only the last one left alive here. And in the meantime of all this chaos near the underpass, the bomb has gone down on the A bomb site. Breezy will waste no time, though, jumping over towards Tetris. He's hunting down A2Z right around the corner. Can't find the shot, though. A2Z shuts down the round, and EUnited will pick up the pistol.
Well, the bad vibes from Ryu clearly paying off there for EUnited. Now it's 12-4. Pistol round is, you know, if you're in the market for a comeback, maybe you should spit some bad juju towards Ryu, you know? See what we can do here. Comebacks are born off the back of a pistol round win, Blue.
I've learned not to do that.
Why? Are you going to anger some people in Twitch chat?
No,
some Selfless fans?
That usually always
Selfless fans?
When I say that, you know, one team is going to win over another. So, I mean, I could do it. I mean, yeah. Selfless still will have this match completely under their control. No way in hell that EUnited is coming back, despite the fact they just won pistol. How's Ryu feeling right about now? That's the real question.
His bald head is sweating profusely right now. I can see it glimmering in the light.
He's hardcore staring at the preview monitor.
He's very
laser
angry.
Focused in.
He's got the analyst hat on. We should leave him alone for a minute. And actually, the first kill coming out here from Caboose. Not a way you want to start the anti-eco. And TCK, the rock star, falls. You know, he's the best player in North America.
Star.
Yeah, call him a rock star.
All right.
You know, I could see. I actually don't know what TCK looks like these days, but you know, back in the day, like him, Semphis, Dazed, and Sean Garris were all on a team at one point. I think it was like 4-0 or something like that. That team, like, literally could have been a boy band. I mean, like, obviously, TCK would be the drummer, you know, laying down the beats. Sean Garris would be lead singer. Dazed would be on guitar. And Hiko would be the keyboard player. So, a little bit of CS history there for you. And no one taking a long-range 5-7 battle, because that gun is effective at any range, at any momentum that you're moving. It works. However, Nifty following the next kill, not going to come from no one. The A-bomb site's been cleared out successfully. It's just Mitch and Breezy now. Actually, it's not been cleared out successfully. I missed Breezy there the entire time. He's got the casters faked out, boys. CJ the King and Mitch in a 1v1. And Mitch is creeping up here now. CJ with a swift banger onto Mitch's face. Oh, that's beautiful.
The casual switch over to the Glock is the best part. He's like, I got this UMP. Nah, maybe not. I'm just going to switch over to my pistol. Win it out with the Glock. Guess that's how I'm going to with 2 things.
You know, sometimes when you're feeling it, you just you let Counter-Strike overtake you. And CJ the King, he's become death, the destroyer of faces. And this is going to be, what do you call it, a trash round?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because there's like such a low chance. It's kind of like not even worth playing it in certain respects because it's 99% of the time the CT team is going to lose the round. Like that.
Is that a statistical fact?
It's probably pretty close to that.
I think this is why you're a caster, not an analyst.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna need you to run the numbers on that. Thank you. 12-6 though. At least at this point, if you're EUnited, you've already salvaged some dignity. You know, you're close-ish to double digits. You know, and when inevitably they do come back and win this game, I hope that Ryu does get a little bit triggered at both of us blue.
Selfless are going to be pushing up fast on mid now. Mitch moving up, grabs a quick first kill. Shinobi and Vice respond though. The mid pressure is punished. And while they still got a guy in window, he's got to be careful of pressure coming in from underpass in a second here too. Starts to fall back, but he's gotten out of there far before that Molotov lands. He's safe for now, but still the numbers are not working with them anymore. It's a 4-on-3 with EUnited having the advantage. We can see no one still sitting, I believe, inside a dark room. It's poised to push out here at any moment to try and punish these guys that may be moving into connector.
Yeah, and a little bit of over-aggression there from Selfless. I don't think it was necessarily, by any means, a bad push, but still confidently peeking. And EUnited able to step up and shut him down. But there's no one dropping Shinobi, and it's a 3v3. Only Vice is in dire need of a med kit right now at 12 HP, but the rest of the squad is relatively healthy, so definitely a doable situation to take a bomb site and get this bomb planted here soon. But the A-pinch is coming up. A2Z coming up connector, and no one's kind of the only player here towards window, so this might be a duel ensuing here in a moment and probably determine the direction of the bomb site, but no one is being very cautious in his peeks, and as I say that, he peeks wide, gets A2Z. Now it's just Vice and TCK. And Nifty, TCK seems to know that Nifty's there, but Nifty gets the better of him.
Absolutely right.
Playing a little bit of whack-a-mole, but the mole's, I guess it's whack-a-mole, the mole would be like biting back, or in this case, off you in the face. Breezy, clearing out the round. And that is, that's the first round of the half for Team Selfless, so Caster's Curse, if it's real, which it isn't.
Yet.
It's not real.
It's not over yet.
It's not a thing.
Still another buy round.
Okay.
If they lose this one, this is when it's probably fake, but it's definitely still real so long as they have guns in hand.
All right, blue.
Well,
okay.
We'll see what EUnited can do, of course, is they're going to be fast out mid, top mid anyway, but a lot of flashbangs thrown by the CT side will hold them back for a few seconds. They have Molotov support, and actually, Caboose kind of panicking a bit there, just runs through the Molotov to get himself back over towards mid. He knows his pressure, didn't want to stick around for it, so he gets out. Caboose finding the first pickup for this round against CJ. Caboose as well, still hanging out here in connector, looking for more pressure. You can hear that player shooting from down below, but nothing to be seen at this point. EUnited just taking some pot shots, hoping they can find some more of the CTs, but for now, they've all backed out, and they're actually fairly well focused on a B hit. We've got 3 guys in the site. One's kind of floating in between, that being Nifty, able to go back into the crawl space if they need A support, but now you're leaving Caboose to kind of defend both mid and A, and then only having Breezy to really fully focus on that site. Tito peeking back in, he actually grabs the shot on A2Z, despite them having that stack there. Shinobi can't do anything to respond to that. Knocking down another man here. Also a wild peek from Caboose, finds TCK in the open. He's gonna go down now, and there's only 2 up and running for EUnited.
Yeah, and Breezy's about to catch a little bit of heat when Vice finally comes up a ramp, but he's successfully repositioned himself back towards CT spawn. Some smart defensive plays coming out here from Selfless, just making sure they're coordinating their peaks, and that's actually an impressive CT hold there from Selfless. EUnited did whatever they could to try and reel that one back in. We saw Shinobi, and I believe it was A2Z, going for some cheeky, what are we, EU casters now? Why did I just say that word? Cringe, blue? Cringe.
No, don't say that word either.
Why, you don't like that word?
No, I hate that word.
Huh, weird. I'll make sure that I never say it again. Regardless, I mean, it was just awareness from Nifty knowing that there's 2 players under window. They're going to do something. They're probably going to boost up. And they did. Got the shot. And now we see a Tech 9 armor buy coming out here from EUnited. Probably setting up some sort of an A execute. And any moment now, the smokes will rain over. And Breezy and Caboose are the only players over here at the ESA bomb site. And Caboose and Mitch are actually tucked away in connector. So Breezy under Balk, sorry, on Balk. About to catch some hell from EUnited, but Caboose actually there supporting. The push to the jungle smoke ran literally right into where all the CTs were. So Breezy's able to just clean up the last 3. 15-6, match point.
Nobody punching Breezy at all in that position. Flashbangs all across the board. You could see how awkward it was for Breezy and his opponent sitting in the smoke there. Didn't really react to that for a few seconds, but when the chaos finally clears, it's definitely favorable positions for Selfless. And well, it seems like the curse itself may be dead here now, as EUnited, their last straw, their last hurrah here is just going to be upgraded pistols with armor. 3 Tech-9s, 2 Deagles. They do have decent utility, but they are going to have to try and really hunt for these frags here. And we've already got Caboose moving out, spotting one player at top mid. One thing they haven't seen yet is going to be that pressure over towards the approach towards the B apartments, although Nifty finding a first good kill, second kill as well. That's, again, an aggressive push in the apps, and no one makes these 2 pushes to find both A2Z and Vice. CJ finally responds to Nifty's aggression in the apps, and now he's armed with his op, but he's got a 1-on-4 in front of him, although finds a good first kill there. One of his opponents was caught spraying into the doorway, but there's the flank. Caboose is going to shut things down, and Selfless do end up claiming the second map here. Much quicker one this time around, but they will take it, and they'll go 1 for 1 for the evening.
Yeah, the inflection in your voice, I was like, go on.
Oh, that was the end of the
1 for 1
sentence.
in the
You
evening.
can speak now.
Do I have permission?
Yes.
Oh, I love when I get
You have approval.
I talk too much, honestly. I can't even read, you know? It's weird.
It's a shame.
EUnited, I think, are definitely a unproven team. But, I mean, they're 2 wins in the season. Came against Immortals and then against Selfless, both on Dust 2. Maybe they're just Dust 2 mains. You got Verta Globals. You got 24/7 Office players. And you got Dust 2 mains. Maybe they're just Dust 2 mains.
All right. Well, we're going to see some more of EUnited in just a little bit, but for now, to talk more about this set, we're going to head back over to the analysis desk. Ryu, feeling a little bit better now, I suppose, that your team has actually won a map for today.
Good for you, Steve.
I am, yeah. I mean, they only gave up 6 rounds on Mirage. It's almost like we were playing Winter Fox on LAN when Lex was playing on the team, you know what I'm saying? So after that flame strike, I'd like to get the thoughts of my legend DeBears over here. What did you think on that one after seeing the struggles of Dust 2 for the Selfless side and EUnited playing pretty well, kind of flipping that for the second map?
Selfless looked like a different team. It's almost looked like someone texted them saying, hey, stop playing so scared and let's start headshotting them. And you notice that on